I think you should give the audience the whole rundown you just gave Danny about this. There he is.
Bro pulls up in a different M every time. Look at him.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Thank you everybody who watched the first couple. Also, comment more, guys. Let me know what you think we should change in our videos. Like I mean, I've stated this before and it's obvious because we only have 3 YouTube videos, but we're pretty new to the YouTube thing, you know. We don't know what you guys want to see 100%. We don't know things like that. So give us feedback. We really appreciate feedback. Feedback is great. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you like. We love making these videos and we love working on these cars, but at the same time, I also want to make sure that we put out content that you guys can enjoy. Anyway, the plot of today's video is we're going to finish cleaning the Miata out. So basically, as stated before, engine's out. You guys saw that in the last video. Joey was here. This is Joey's car as well as that red Mustang. So he helped us clean up a little bit. He did a lot of engine bay work. Clearly you guys can see here, the motor from the Miata was having rear main seal problems and head gasket was potentially leaking, things like that. Everything got crusted up right here in this corner. It's kind of funny how that works. Like you're chasing leaks because you can't see anything and then you take the motor out and all you do is look at the engine bay and now I can see. There's a lot of like nonsense in the car, like junk, you know, the battery, and there's boxes and parts, and clean these wires up a little bit. We're gonna take everything out, everything that doesn't have to be in the car. I'm gonna close the top on the car. We're gonna bring her outside and give her a nice wash. We're gonna show her a little bit of love. She hasn't been washed in a long time because she's been garaged for a long time.
Look who it is. This thing's nasty.
So we just got the big blue bathtub outside, as I was saying. Malo just rolled up. Malo, the detailer. So we had the big blue bathtub outside for like 30 seconds, and the sun revealed some things to us that Gil's gonna show you right now. Bad news.
That looks like a crack.
Little crack in the subframe.
Also,
That is a crack.
it's just got paint over it.
Oh boy. Joey, I know you're watching this right now because you're editing the video. It's okay. Because the doctor is a fabricator. It's no problem. We expect these things, you know, when you do a project like this. Just banging some dents out in the Miata trunk. Bodywork.
Look at that, smooth.
Things
It's brand new.
forget about it, kid.
The mouse left us some treats.
Ah, hey.
chocolate.
Stuart Little came by for dinner. I gotta tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever seen this car with the top on. Let us know in the comments if we should get a hard top for this car. The only answer is yes. Well, that actually looks sick like that. This cage in the back with the red carpet looks nuts. I've never noticed because it was always covered. Mr. Malo up here, our good friend and detailer, is going to take the mold off the door cards from the big blue bathtub. That's all mold on there, it really is. You can see all the spots.
Yeah, we're gonna use
What are you gonna do?
we're gonna use steam at first to disinfect it, and I'm gonna wipe it down with the shop towels.
Okay.
Then we're gonna use the VLR, you know, a little vinyl leather
Okay.
rubber, and that'll make it like shine again.
I don't think that, like, I think once you clean them, I think they'll be pretty nice.
Yeah, it's just they're like a hazard right now.
Gil's working on the grime in the trunk. Oh my God. Gil, to be honest, bro, the trunk kind of looks like you, bro.
Bro pulls up in a different M every time. Look at him. Where's your corner lights?
Hey, bro, the people want to know. The people want to know. Where'd the corner lights go?
They fell out.
My man. Malo up with the Riz. Look at that. Actually looks crazy. What the heck?
It's not molded anymore.
Oh, it looks brand new.
These look way better.
That's nuts. I was watching the fucking gray water come off of that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nasty.
disgusting.
Yeah, they look crazy. What are those, like the door handles or there? The bad news is one will have to be replaced. It's just an old lettered door car. I'll probably get one from the junkyard or something, but either way, Matt, you did a really good job. What do you have to say?
I'm gonna go throw up in the bathroom.
I think you should give the audience the whole rundown you just gave Danny about this. There he is.
What's up, guys? Anyway,
What do you got going on? So what's wrong with this thing for real? As far as we know.
as far as just from the outside, I mean, we've got broken valve cover bolts
Oh yeah, we have plenty
in
of
the head,
those.
so we got to weld a nut to those, back them out.
Yep.
That's causing vacuum leaks. It leaks from every single hole in the motor, as you can see. Anything that should be sealed isn't sealed. Why are these so expensive? For
I don't
no
know.
reason.
Oh my God, we have one
Yeah.
in my garage at home. It's a paper.
$200 plus, $300 for this thing? Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, so we do have a new one of these. That is the cam angle sensor for those of you who don't know. I mean, so we did a compression test on the car a while ago. I don't remember the numbers. We have them written down somewhere, but
It was between 160 and 165 across the board.
it was solid. Yeah, all four were solid. So 4 leaking fuel injectors. I mean, the valve cover is pretty cool though. It's like sparkly red or something. I don't know. We have this gaff gold intake manifold that we found on eBay. We're taking all the accessories off. We're putting them on the table. We got mostly everything over here. I know, right? There's like nothing to this motor. We'll talk about this stuff later, but it's kind of funny. Like we just have like 3 videos in a row ripping things apart. What do we have here?
Some broken bolts, yeah. 3 of them to be exact. Not too nasty. I was expecting it to be way worse.
No, honestly, it really doesn't look too bad. I'm just trying to get some clips in here, guys. Like, I want you to see everything as we're going through, you know, but the strip continues. That, ladies and gentlemen, is defeat. It's so rough down here.
Yeah. So basically what happened is after we hosed the motor down and cleaned it all up, I tried to spray a little bit of WD-40 down into the ports of the engine to try to mitigate rust, and well, it didn't work out too well, so. But it's only surface rust. A little bit of Scotch-Brite on the cylinder walls won't hurt or affect the engine's performance or life, but it'll get rid of that little bit of rust staining that's on there.
Pretty much the whole engine on the bench pretty much right now, besides the block, obviously. Did you notice anything with the head or no?
No,
Like, yeah.
other than looking at the valves and seeing how crusty they are, and they got an awful lot of play.
Oh, Jesus.
The valve comes through the port. This is the valve head itself. The valve stem can be found down in there. From here to here, there's a little cup where the camshaft pushes down on this little cup here, actuates the valve in and out with this lobe of this camshaft. Now, these ride in a little guide or a sleeve. It's basically a brown bushing that it rides inside of. And over time, they can get worn out and you end up with stuff like this. This could cause a myriad of things like valve train instability at higher RPM, poor starts, hot starts, they won't seal, you'll lose compression. It's just overall bad engine performance itself. Either get a replacement head for it or maybe that's within tolerance. I have no idea. Watch your RTV, folks. See that orange stuff? Yeah, it's from somebody not knowing what they're doing.
Nice.
It's actually not too bad.
No, it's not.
Nothing that catches your fingernail. Crankshaft looks good as well. What you don't want to see is any heat marks like blue spots or any abnormal scratches, or even if you can feel it catches your fingernail, it's not something that you want. But that's all completely normal wear. I would expect to see that in an engine with about this amount of mileage in it, and I think it's good to go.
Really, everything looks so good so far as the bearings go, but so far, not 100%. We think the problem lies within the head.
This motor's in good shape. Not too much wear in the pistons. The rings don't look too chewed up.
It's kind of exciting. It's like really relieving. This is something that I've been really stressing because, like, I don't know. We just had no clue, you know what I mean? And this is why you inspect everything, ladies and gentlemen. What do you got? Oh my God,
See all
actually.
the little pop marks in there?
I see it. Looks like my cat chewed it.
Exactly. Piece of metal or a rock or something. But the rest of the piston looks totally fine.
I mean, the surface is a big deal, right?
Oh, I mean, look at that. That's minimal skirt. This is the piston skirt itself. There's minimal wear here. This is normal. This is something you would see on an engine with, 20,000 miles on it.
Okay, so basically after we got the Miata cleaned and we got the motor taken out and all that good stuff, we put the motor on the bench. We did a couple of little things off camera, not because we wanted to skip you guys out on content. It was just like, it was late at night. We were here one night and we just wanted wanted to dig through the motor a little bit, so we took a couple things off. And we also have the whole motor laid out on the bench. So Gil's gonna give you a quick rundown of everything that's going on. And then next video, as long as all the parts that we ordered for the Miata come in, I think we should have the head back together next week. So you'll see that in the next weekend's video. And then in the next couple of weeks, I think we'll have the motor in, really. We didn't find much wrong. The head needs a lot of love. That's what we're working on. We had to order like some springs and some keepers and that kind of thing, but everything else is pretty good. The bottom end's pretty good. I'm gonna hand this over to Gil and he's gonna explain to you guys what's going on with this motor. What do you got here, doctor? Clean off some valves?
Yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to see if all the valves are sealing, and make sure that the valve guides themselves don't have an excessive amount of wear, stuff like that. So what I like to do is to do a basic check. If you don't have the head disassembled yet, as you see, we got a little far ahead of ourselves, is you slip all the valves in or leave them in the head. Close them up, make sure that they're seated. And what you can do, just as a quick little bench test, is you can take some brake clean or alcohol. Ideally, you'd like to use alcohol because it's thinner than gasoline and it'll seep. So what you do is you take it, spray a little bit into the port. And if you come along the backside, you can see that it's dripping out. As I spray this, you see this valve here in particular leaks quite a bit. As you can see it running down. You can go over to this cylinder as well. Push the valves in, not with any force.
You just basically want to hold them so they're sealed while you're doing this test.
As you can see, it's leaking. These two valves leak, these two valves leak. Those were the only two valves in this entire cylinder head that leaked. Now that is more of a seat issue. So this surface here, this right here is your valve sealing surface on the valve itself. You see this little shiny right here? This ring here is your valve seat.
So you actually cleaned that off. This was like garbage 2 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. So when the engine's running, you have all those compression forces forcing these closed. The spring pushes it in, extracts all of your exhaust, and then it closes so that the intake can open. Now, if this can't seal properly, all that combustion event that's happening inside of your cylinder is escaping past your valve, and on a turbocharged engine, it's really a no-go. So we'll lap these valves in, we'll show that process as well, and we'll get this head ready to go. I might do a little bit of port magic on it as well.
I think we have no choice.
Oh, we have a choice. He has no choice.
Joey has no choice. Joey, it's time for this motor to be just a little bit healthier than it was.
Yes.
Just kidding, it was junk. It's gonna be a beautiful motor when we're done. What else do we have here? I mean, like I said to you guys before, the head is, this was the basket case of the motor. I think we were kind of expecting that. I think that's what we really were expecting.
Yeah, we really were just wanting to just tear apart the cylinder head because there was some head gasket issues before. It was leaking oil out of pretty much every gasketed or O-ring surface on the head itself. So we just wanted to take it out, clean it up, refresh it, and give it a new look on life.
Even though we're not rebuilding the head, like I said, we have some new springs and stuff, but I think Gil has some pretty good tips on how to get this head back to being healthy, so.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do for the things that, just to refresh it, not so much performance modifications, aside from our valve springs themselves, these little guys. We're going to clean everything off, get it, not disgusting looking, make sure all of its sealing surfaces are free of debris or nicks or scratches or anything that could make a gasket not want to seal. We'll go through, we'll clean up all the valves, we'll clean up all of the ports, we'll clean up the cylinders, and we're also going to do a process called chamber softening, which is if all these little hard, sharp edges, you would take a piece of sandpaper on a roll and you just take the edge off.
You can literally see how it's like sharpened almost.
Yeah, absolutely. And on a turbocharged engine where your margin of tuning is very small, these little spots here can create hot spots and it can cause detonation or knock, basically, which is not good for a stock internal engine. So
no.
That's what we're going to do with the cylinder head.
We have a lot of parts coming in. We also have like a master gasket set. I'm not 100% sure if this is like the greatest brand, but there's some really good gaskets in here. There's a couple of gaskets that we had to order because we just didn't like the versions that they gave us. But I mean, this has the valve seals and everything. Overall, it's a pretty good set. I mean, it's good to have a master set because especially if you're ripping apart a motor, like 99% of the time, every gasket's just gonna be junk by the time you take it out. So
basically, I mean, end up in situations like this where you have to make your own gaskets.
Exactly.
That's not fun.
No, it's not. and I feel like, I mean, the price to buy things like this, like it's just worth it to refresh everything. If you're rebuilding an engine, I mean, you obviously have a couple extra dollars to spend, so, you know, spend the money and do things right. New gaskets, new everything. I mean, it's a given, but we're gonna try to track down all new bolts too. Just try to make this thing look pretty when it goes back in, so. Here's the whole motor disassembled. We could check out the block real quick, yeah. You can throw it on the bench like a madman?
Yeah.
That's why we call you Red, the Sasquatch. The Dr. Sasquatch.
So with the block, the situation that we have here is, although the cylinder walls look great, they're within spec, they all measure within the factory allotted tolerance. The only issue is that because this engine sat for a little while, I don't know if you want to bring him in here to take a look. So if you can see the slight staining, which usually would not be an issue, but this one kind of has a little bit of a texture to it. So we're just gonna run a little bottle home through these cylinders and clean them up.
What exactly is that? Just like normal wear? Is that what that is? Or like, what is that from?
No,
exactly?
this right here is water staining from sitting. What you would see from normal wear would be scuffs going vertical up and down in the cylinder, and that would be from
Sort of like scraping.
yeah, like the piston skirts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
These right here are actually in fantastic shape. I don't know if you can see the lines that run up and down on the piston itself.
It looks like it was just machined.
That would also be transferred into the cylinders as well, and as you see, that is not the situation here with this block. It just, the hone's a little out of tolerance. It's too smooth. So we'll give that a new texture. We'll hone that out, bring it back to cross hatching, and we'll get a nice, good sealing surface for our piston rings.
So that's in 5 minutes, everything that's going on with this motor, so. That's the motor laid out on the table. Every problem that we know as of right now, I mean, we have the whole thing apart. I think we got a good idea of what's going on, so. Wait for those parts. You guys should be seeing the head being rebuilt and reassembled next weekend. Thank you guys for watching. Follow all the social medias. Like I said last video, we're a brand new channel. We have brand new social media, the Instagram and the Twitter. I don't know if we want to put them on the screen. Either way, they'll be in the description.
Somewhere over here.
Yeah, somewhere over there or over there or right here. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and like I always say, tell me in the comments what you think we should do with this Miata, because it's not too late. Thanks, guys.